And we are back with Shana Egner and George Oliver, cast members from the upcoming show Les Miserables from Rivertown. Good morning.
Morning. So it's just the two of y'all in the show?
Yep.
Yeah, we play a lot of different characters.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm Javert.
And I'm Little Cassette.
I pegged you for that.
Yeah.
Actually, when you walked in, all I could think of was, man, he's tall. Tall, like a towering presence.
Which sometimes is trouble when blocking. You know,
But yes.
I'm downstage a lot, or upstage a lot. Learning the terms.
He's in my way again.
Yeah.
What characters are you playing in Les Mis?
I'm Fontaine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the ensemble, which means I play a bunch of little characters. Like I'm a beggar, or a peasant, or like in the dock scene, I'm a really mean guy.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be really mean.
Seedy.
Figuratively little.
Yes.
Okay. Just making
Yeah, whenever you see the big, bearded, shambling guy, that's me in different
Well, tell us a little bit, for people who, like myself, are very ignorant, tell us about Les Miserables. What is it about? What's going on in it?
Okay. Well, it's about a French Revolution, and it's one that was not successful, and so nearly everybody in the play dies. So it's a comedy.
Spoilers.
It's a comedy.
I always thought it was.
Yeah,
I always laughed through the whole
we
thing.
took a different turn with it.
I always got weird looks.
A lot of prep calls and a lot of fun. No, and it takes place in 19th century France, beginning of the 1800s up until about the middle of the 1800s, and so it's a bad time in French history, and there's a lot of poverty and a lot of beggars, which is good for the ensemble. You know, we need a lot of beggars. And it's a story of, it's really the story of Fontaine and her daughter Cassette, and it's a story of a man named Jean Valjean, who was put in prison for stealing a loaf of bread, and is released 19 years later, and he is, right, and he breaks his parole, and he's hunted by Javert, who's the inspector, who is looking for him the whole time. And it's about his story of redemption, mainly through, what really saves him and changes his life, I think, is adopting Fontaine's daughter Cassette. And then that ties in with the revolution.
And in the movie, for people who are not familiar, Fontaine was played by Anne Hathaway. How did you prepare for this role? I just set you up. I just set you up.
You know, honestly, being a mother myself, that right there kind of sets you up to be prepared to play Fontaine, because as a mother, you would do anything for the safety and well-being of your children. And I feel like I can really pull from that, and I can feel the turmoil she goes through and her whole downward spiral. Just being a mother myself, because, you know, if ever were to come to that, I mean, I would give my soul for my kids, just like she did for her daughter. So it's very easy to pull from that, and it's uncomfortable, but it feels comfortable because I can really, like, put myself in that character.
Right, which is what actors have to do.
Yes. In
order to make a character real. You have to pull something from inside you. What a cool role, though. You're playing Fontaine. You're playing Fontaine.
I know.
During the break, y'all were talking about you had to cut your hair.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Serious actress here, ladies and gentlemen.
I cut about, I think it was like somewhere between 8 to 10 inches of my hair off. And
Oh, buddy.
I'm actually like really glad I did it. So I love my
It's very
hair.
cute.
Thank
I love
you.
She had to cut her hair. I had to grow mine out. I mean, it's hair is long.
About that many inches you had to take off, George.
Yeah, don't cut your hair. This was in January. Don't cut your hair and grow a beard. I don't usually look like this. So that's been weird.
It suits you, too.
Everybody said that, but my wife, she wants me to cut it.
She's the
It's very academic.
Right.
You could give me 3 years, I couldn't grow that beard.
Yeah, it's been 2 months. And all the guys in the play are having to grow beards. I think the best beard is probably Patrick.
Yes.
Patrick Bliss is Jean Valjean.
Okay.
He was Joseph in the show last year.
That's
I think
right.
he's going to be Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar. And his beard is just...
Well, that's versatility right there.
I'm waiting for someone to like go full ZZ Top.
I'm working
You
on
know.
it. I don't know if I did that by May 2nd.
So if we see a whole bunch of beards walking around, we can assume that they are in...
Especially if they're speaking French.
Right.
Is there a lot of French in the show? Like, I know it's the French Revolution, but y'all actually speak a lot of... Well, y'all don't speak much anyway. You're singing.
All of the names are French, which is weird. So there's like Courfoyac and
Bless you.
Mafras and Bouson and things like that.
Just something to clear your throat.
Yeah.
what's interesting is most of the accents that they do in the show are British. So
I've never understood that.
I don't know.
What?
I've never understood. Like even if you watch the movie,
Yeah.
they speak in like
Like a Cockney.
Cockney British. I'm like, this is France. Why are we
It's
speaking?
called French Revolution. We go. Right. Okay.
Well, Russell Crowe, who else was in there? Hugh Jackman.
Sacha Baron Cohen was Thénardier, and that's being played by Matt Zinni. Yeah, he's doing really well with that.
Yes, we know.
Really
He is very talented, though.
How big a cast do y'all have?
We're thinking just under 50, I think.
Yeah.
Like 47,
So
48.
that's big.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's a challenge when you have to be off stage because there's not a lot of room back
Right.
there. As well.
I would say I am amazed by the cast. I mean, every individual in the cast is amazingly talented. This town itself
Right.
has so many
Absolutely.
talented people. So, I mean, I was blown away by everyone's voice, the talent, the acting, everything is amazing.
Which is a little scary for me. I'm not a singer. I just want to do the show because I like the show. And my daughters are in it, and I want to do it with them. And so it's it really raises the bar when you've got folks that really sing well. And Patrick Jordan Amber is Javert. He's really, really good. Megan's last name is Golden as Eponine. Mason Mercantile has been in some plays. He was in Brenda Bar and some other things, and he is Marius, the main boy in it. So.
Bonnie Morton is in that.
Bonnie's
Yes,
in it. Yeah, Bonnie's
she's
in the ensemble.
ensemble, yeah.
She's also
She's
assistant.
I'm sure she is your off-stage comedic relief as well.
Absolutely.
That woman cracks me up.
She's
She's
great.
hilarious and very talented.
Yes.
Very talented musician.
Bonnie.
Well,
Everyone loves Bonnie.
Bonnie's really the reason why we're in it. My kids take lessons from her, and she kept saying, "You guys need to try this, need to try it." And she got a lot of people in the play are there because Bonnie is in it.
Oh,
So It's
fantastic.
great. Yeah.
Yeah,
lot
she's
of-
like a
lot of
magnet.
influence. Yeah, she is.
Yes.
She is.
Also, Freddie is playing.
Freddie and Joko.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
He
Yeah.
And we
plays.
haven't
He's
seen
on the
him
rock.
on stage for a
No,
long time. I
he's.
think.
Can you pronounce
Fantastic.
his character's name?
Enjolras.
I can't
Or,
pronounce his
as we say,
name.
Enjolras. Angel race.
I think the last time I saw Freddie on stage was West Side Story with Rivertown. Yeah, it'll be good to see him
Yeah,
back
he's the
in the
leader
game.
of the Revolutionaries. And
I see.
He's got a wonderful voice.
Wow.
Yes, he does. He's
I mean,
trained
the show's
opera.
wall-to-wall music, though.
Yes.
I mean,
There's
that,
only like 3 spoken words in the whole thing, and it's like 3 hours
Yeah.
of singing and music. Also, Brandon Banks is our
Musical.
musical
Yeah.
director.
And
She's
Judy
done a
Long is
lot.
the director.
Judy Long's
Yes.
the director.
Laurie Favors.
Yeah, that's right. It's a great
Great
crowd.
team.
And set design and construction. I don't know if you've ever seen the show, but there's in Act 2 the barricades. Okay, so you have to they make these barricades for the revolution, and they're building that now. And you talk about like a challenge of not just making something sturdy enough to hold 20 people, but also that can be taken apart easily and stored and
Yeah.
acted. And so it's been got a lot of really talented people doing the lighting and the sound and the set.
It's a very complicated show. Very complicated. Not only musically, it's taxing on your voice, but also the set and everything that you need to do to take us back.
yeah, Frank Easton's doing a lot of setting the lighting. I was talking with him this weekend. Yeah,
Right, and
great
Terry.
guy.
Terry's working on the
And
set
Terry
too.
Daniels.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So what have been the challenges musically? I mean, in terms of like you've got 3 hours of songs. I can't. I might know the words to 3 hours of music, just different genres altogether. But here you are doing all of this really dramatic stuff. What were the challenges in this process?
Honestly, for me, you get so into it that it just kind of just goes. I know at first I was just Fontaine dying pretty soon into the show.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a 2-hour break in between before I would come on and sing again, and I didn't feel too comfortable with that. So I'm going to be off stage singing some of the ensemble parts too, just kind of keep my voice warm, kind of help out with voices too if there ever needs to be, which I don't think there needs to be help. They're pretty good cast.
But it keeps your voice warm.
But it keeps my voice kind of warmed up. That was my challenge, but honestly, I don't hear anyone's voice kind of getting tired or anything. It's like, it's such a fun show, even though it's such a depressing show. It's still so fun that everyone is enjoying doing it.
Well, the music is really complicated and a lot of parts and stuff. BJ, what's BJ's
Oh.
name?
Oglesby.
Oglesby can
BJ
help us a lot.
Oglesby is-
Yep, help us a lot with
Oh,
singing,
wow.
and Jordan does too. And when I started the show, I didn't know if I was tenor or bass, and found out pretty clear I was not a tenor. There's a lot of really good tenors. But even the bass parts are high, and so the challenge if you have a low voice or tend to sing low is that you're singing a lot higher than you normally would.
So this is your first show entirely, George?
Yeah, in about 30 years. I grew up in Carter County and did a lot of shows when I was younger.
Oh, okay. Well, what's it been like getting back into the waters?
It's been really fun. It's a little scary. But again, the main reason I did it is because my daughters are in it, and it's been fun to do.
What do they think?
They love it.
My boys would laugh at me. You're embarrassing me.
It started out, Abigail and Catherine wanted to try out for it, and then they kind of were getting a little scared and getting cold feet, and I said, look, if you'll do it, I'll do it. And so then I kind of got stuck. I kind of had to do it.
They got stuck. Good father, good father.
Yeah, so they got in, and I got in. It's been really fun. They were both in Brundabar about a year ago. That was their first time doing any sort of acting or plays, and that was a great experience at the Ratio Theater.
A great show,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Important show.
Right, yeah, fantastic. And Abigail just finished, she was in Shrek, and had a great time with that. Yeah.
So now how can people get tickets if they wish to see the show?
Yes. You can get tickets at the door, at Snapdragon, and at Bank of the Arts.
And online, and that may be the easiest.
Yeah.
Showtix4u.com. If you go to the Rivertown website, it'll lead you to it, but you can get all the tickets online.
Okay.
Also.
And how much are tickets?
They are
16 in advance,
Yeah.
10 for students, and 19 at the door.
Right. And the show starts officially the 17th of April, and it runs 3 weekends. We have Friday, Saturday, all 3 weekends, and Sunday shows for the first 2 weekends. So the last show is May 2nd, which is a Saturday.
And your Sunday shows are at 3.
At 3, yeah, and they're, the night shows are at 8, and it's about a 3-hour show. So it's
3 hours of glorious. She had posted on Facebook glorious singing, and she had posted on Facebook the audition where everyone was singing, and just from that, it was goosebumps. It was like,
Can I
wow,
tell you
these
though?
people haven't even been cast yet, and they sound this good.
From the audition though to now, it's even better.
It's gonna blow your
I
mind.
hope, yeah.
Yeah, like the harmonies and everything is beautiful. Music is gorgeous. I get goosebumps backstage when I hear people sing. I'm like, oh my god.
Doesn't a little part of you feel really cool, too?
Yeah.
Well,
I feel great.
it's been so neat to get to know all these people, and it's kind of different, not being in theater crowd in New Bern before now, and just kind of getting to know a whole different crowd of people, and they're all real supportive, and you're having to do things on stage which are odd and a little weird, but
Uncomfortable.
Yes.
Exactly. But having people that it's kind of like a soft place to fall, and like Judy says, make big choices. Even if they're wrong, we'll fix them, and everybody's just great.
Yeah.
Everybody's growing together and kind of like a family.
That's
We do
wonderful.
feel like a family.
Well, do come out and see it there. Les Miserables opening April 17th. Thank y'all for
Rivertown
coming.
Players.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.